Hi, I'm Gaia and I'm beyond thrilled to be here with Academy Award-winning, super talented, and of course charming, Mr. Matthew McConaughey.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you, Matthew?
Very nicely, thank you.
Congratulations on this epic new film. It is such an amazing story. Can you please tell us about the story?
Beginning of the Civil War, there's a man, Newton Knight, who lived in southeast Mississippi. So he formed this rebellion that was poor white farmers who also deserted from the Confederacy and these runaway slaves, and they took the battle to different Confederate armies along the way and won many of them. And then after the war, and after Reconstruction was over in 1876, he continued to fight for the rights of African Americans until the day he died. I think he was 94 years old. A very important and entertaining piece of American history that most people do not know about, and a story worth sharing.
Absolutely. I found it to be such a raw and heartbreaking story, both from a war and just basic humanity, perspective.
Yeah.
And it's a wonder why we haven't known about this amazing story thus far. You did such a brilliant job portraying this historical figure, Newton Knight. What type of research and prepping did you do for your role?
I did a 2-week tour in the South at different spots like Vicksburg and places where different battles in the Civil War were, to get an understanding of the overall context of what was going on in America at that time outside of this story and all around this story. Went to Ellisville, spent time with the descendants of Newton Knight. There was a lot of fun that I had with the Mississippi accent.
Yeah.
And that's how I spent those first 3 months, kind of on the road in the South with all these books and context that Gary had turned me on to, as well as talking to different historians, and then meeting the man, hearing people who knew the man, deciphering fact from folklore.
How fascinating. So you were living and breathing his sort of a life. Now, Matthew Newton was such a man of principle.
Yep.
And a heroic leader of basic human rights.
Yep.
So when I saw the story, I couldn't help but compare his ideology to that of Dr. Martin Luther King's.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, these are two men that knew they couldn't be free if another man was not free. And they had ideals. For Newt had ideals that he was willing to wage war on, and did wage war on his basic ideals. Talk about those simple understandings of humanity, which is a word you brought up, which is very important. Mm-hmm. Now, Newt was a little more the barrel of a shotgun.
Right.
You know what I mean? At the same time, a great compassion and understanding and empathy for humanity. Could not see a wrong done to someone, could not see and ignore it. Just couldn't do it.
Matthew, when you're reading a script for the first time, what is that pivotal ingredient that entices you to be a part of that project?
One, can it one day become a character that I believe nobody else could have played it but me?
Right.
When does that happen? You hope it happens before you start shooting. Mm-hmm. Second best, you hope it happens while you're shooting. And if it doesn't happen while you're shooting, it's like, damn it, Secondly, I want to be surrounded by a good story.
Yeah.
Third, who am I working with? What's their style of working? We don't have to have the same style, but I want to have the same measure of excellence.
Right.
Not that, an actor and a director have to get along perfectly. You don't have to do that. I want to be pushed by the director. Hopefully I can push them. Mm-hmm. Can I enjoy the experience? Even if no one sees it, can I enjoy the experience? Mm-hmm. And I sure as hell hope people see it.
Yeah.
But can I enjoy the experience of making it?
You know exactly what you want, very eloquently said.
None of those are guarantees either. So that's what I'm looking for, but none of those are guarantees. But they're bets that I'm laying down.
Matthew, you received much deserved recognition for your incredible performance in Dallas Buyers Club. So now that a couple of years have passed, what is the one thing that you recall from the night that you won the Oscar?
Right afterwards, I went to this great steak restaurant I like. And I like ribeyes on a bone. Uh-huh. And I like to eat them with my hand. Uh-huh. And I did. And the second ribeye, this is an hour and 15 minutes after the Oscars are over. I chomped into it and snapped my front tooth in half. and I had half my tooth and had a big gap right here. And the rest of the night I said, I'm going to drink my red wine with a big gap in my tooth. And I went out in my tux with a with one front tooth. That's what I remember, because I remember laughing, looking up, going, oh, the joke's on me. Okay. And then I was like, man, damn, glad that didn't happen 15 minutes before the Oscars.
That's amazing. I love that story.
True.
You truly enjoyed it. You lived it. Please finish the sentence for me. My mama taught me.
Don't answer to Matt, only Matthew.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's very
How
sweet.
she taught me wasn't sweet.
Oh.
It was a butt whooping.
It was real.
It worked, though.
Matthew, could you please finish the sentence in one word? Or maybe three. Matthew McConaughey is...
Doing the best I can.
Wonderful. Can I get an all right, all right, all right?
All right, all right, all right. You can get that.
Thank you so
All right.
much. It's
Have
a
a good one.
pleasure meeting you.